right, awesome. So thank you so much for coming today. My name is Kat. I am a marketing director at Astro Loyalty and lead content creator for the Marketing Suite. So this event is being recorded, and after the live is over, you'll automatically be emailed a link to re-access the recording along with all the information that we've been collecting in the chat. So if you scroll up, you're going to see a lot of helpful links, some of the things that I will be talking about today, and just additional support that we offer when you're navigating the suite for the first time and into the future. So I'm going to share my screen now, and any questions that you have, feel free to post them up into the chat, and I'll either one of our moderators will type a response into the chat, or I'll just answer verbally. So we have a little bit of an intimate crowd here. There's just a nice little handful of us, so do not hesitate to ask questions. I'm sure everybody would appreciate your queries. So let's get started. Alrighty, so let's see. Okay, so I am inside the Marketing Suite on one of our demo accounts here. So this is our Midtown Pet Supply demo account. So the way we have our Marketing Suite set up is you're able to access and start a free trial period lasting about 15 days. And during that time, your suite will be 100% live. You'll be able to send communications, campaigns, upload images to the image library, create your own templates, customize your app, everything. So most importantly, when you're first setting up your Marketing Suite, you're going to be taken through the settings section. So each one, when you first get started, it'll have an X by it, basically stating that you haven't actually gone through it and clicked OK or adjusted settings. So in my opinion, a lot of these are, to start, a lot of these are going to be default configuration. So they're going to prevent you from having to do things like typing out your footer every time, or adding your logo and so forth. The others are going to assist your cashiers in making sure that they are collecting your customer's contact information when they're either setting them up as a new customer or they're checking them out as an existing customer. So one thing to keep in mind is whether or not your cashiers actually see Astro while they're checking out customers. So certain integration pieces that are like under the hood, full integration, like eTail Plus and Pinergy, all of the integration, the pushing into Astro, is done behind the scenes. So cashiers don't actually see Astro. So they wouldn't see things like the reminder pop-up, for instance. However, these integrations will help you collect that important information, such as phone number, email address, and pet information via the API. Now, other integration systems such as Vend, Lightspeed, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the third. How horrible. Anyway, we have all of our integration options listed under. If you go into Help and go into POS integration, you'll see them all listed there. But one such as that, you are actually able to see Astro during the checkout process. Therefore, this pop-up will come into play. And of course, if you're not using any sort of integration, you're using Astro manually, you'll see all of these helpful things. So let's start with the most important part. This is all new pet owner information fields. So you do have the capacity, like the ability to make things required or recommended or neither. If something is required, the cashier will not be able to save that new pet owner account unless the information is entered. If it's recommended, they'll be permitted to save, but they're going to get a little alert being like, hey, you missed something. Are you sure you want to add it? And then over here, I definitely recommend checking these boxes regardless of the settings that you apply here, because what will happen is this will make it so that upon the cashier hitting save or the API saving the new account, it'll automatically send either a welcome email or a consent text opting them into SMS. So SMS is optional. You don't have to do that. But email, app notifications, and Facebook posts are included, as well as Instagram posts are included with the Marketing Suite. This guy right here is super helpful if your cashiers are actually hanging out in Astro. It'll give a little pop-up if the customer's account is missing key information, such as email address, pet information, or phone number. And then this guy over here, you can actually create custom tags that your cashiers can then apply to customers to label them. And then you can actually use these to create custom rewards or recipient lists based off of that. Footer configuration, this is all, basic stuff. If you do not have a certain social page, you just leave it blank and it won't be included in your footer. So you definitely want to make sure that that guy's all right, and you can preview it if you want to see what it will look like. Mobile app customization is going to be the big thing. Now, if you have more than one store, each of your stores' admins can log into the marketing suite and customize their own app. So you can do your own color palette for each store, your own display name, and so forth. And each of them will have contact information settings. So you do want to make sure that your app, we go back here real quick, you do want to make sure that next to where it says contact information menu item setup, that there is a green check mark and there is no yellow or red box around contact information in your mobile app settings. So all that means is that you went in here, you went through all of your location information, the phone numbers, the email addresses, the websites you're all happy with them. And you're also, if you have more than one store, you can, or if you have a support email, like an info email or something like that you would rather them communicate with, you could insert that there. And then any changes that you need to make, so you can include things like store hours and so forth. You can just go click to account management, update everything there, and then return and check it on your app and make sure that everything is good. Anything that you do in the app, you can, while you're customizing it, you can save and preview to see what you've done, but it won't actually be live on the app until you click publish settings. So you can keep save and preview, make sure you like your colors and so forth. Then when you're done, publish. All right, and then if you do SMS text, this is a optional add-on. What this will do is allow you to send text messages directly to your customers, either in the form of an SMS, which is a clickable URL that will take them to a multimedia template, or you can send them just a standard, simple text-only campaign. The cost of the phone number, so like whatever phone number you are assigned, is included in your subscription to the marketing suite. The only thing that you would be required to pay in addition would be the credits required to actually deliver the text messages that you send. So each individual text sent to per person. So if you're sending a text campaign to 10 customers, it would be 10 times about 3 cents. Okay, and then you can set this up so that if it dips below a certain amount, it'll automatically reload for a certain amount of credits. Your logo will automatically show up on the logo element on all of your templates when you're creating your templates. So you can make your logo there. We do recommend a PNG file, and then the size and dimensions are down here. It doesn't have to be exactly this, but you want to keep it in that kind of framework. And ideally, you do want your logo to have a transparent background so that if you do add background color to your element, it doesn't create that weird box around it. And if you need help with that, we can, of course, help you. And then this is the big thing that we just added. So this is how you turn on Astro Social. This will allow you to post images directly from the image library to your business social accounts. Upon setting this up, you're going to click a link. It'll say, log in. You'll log into your admin account. So like your personal Facebook page, that is the admin of your business. And then once you're logged in there, you'll be able to check which business pages you want to be connected to Astro Social, either Facebook, Instagram, either one or both. And then you are going to basically agree to any of the privacy settings and so forth, and then lock in that link. And whenever, so Facebook often updates their privacy settings. So if you ever have any issues and you're in the image library and you're trying to post an image and you get an error, image not shared, go back to your settings, undo the link, and then redo the link, and it'll work. It's just a matter of agreeing to those settings again. And we are going to make it so that it'll happen under the hood. Sorry for all the noise in the background, guys. Hopefully you can hear me okay. All right, so let's start with the, let's see, where do we start? Okay, let's start with the recipient lists. So in my opinion, this is one of the most valuable pieces of the Astro Marketing Suite. So the cool thing about Astro is that your customers are, they're coming in, they're participating in these loyalty programs. Upon participation in these programs, you are collecting information such as, the brands that they like and carry, or excuse me, the brands that they like and purchase regularly, the pets that they have, how frequent they come into your store, all that. So you can use this generator. So if we go into create new list, so there's two ways to create recipient lists, and you can do a filtered one, which is where we are right now, or you can create a manual one, which is right there. And manual is just basically you type in a person's name and you find them there, you check them, and then you add them to the list that way. Oops. All right. So if you notice, as we're kind of going through this suite, there are tons of these red question marks scattered throughout. And if you actually click on that red question mark, it'll take you directly to a knowledge base article, specifically to a section of that article that pertains to where you're hanging out. So this is purchases, and it'll explain what happens when you select each drop-down menu within this section. So you can create lists that are very general. So for instance, if you want to talk to, let's say you want to speak to any customer that has purchased a champion item on either a frequent buyer card or an offer card, or share the love for that matter, you can just select champion here and then go up here and save and refresh, call your list champion customers, and that's it, you're done. Or you can get a little bit more specific. You can say, okay, I want to talk to my champion customers that are participating in this buy 12 frequent buyer program. And I also want to specifically talk to the ones that are one punch away from earning a free item. And then you go ahead, save and refresh, create that list. Another cool thing on here, so if we go and we just remove everything to all, you can talk to customers that have, specifically redeemed, maybe a candidate offer ever, and let's say you have a new candidate offer that you're running and you want to make sure that these guys that have redeemed it before are aware of it. You can do something like that. You can also talk to, if you do share the love, you can create a list for any customer that has redeemed a Sharing the Love program from your store, basically welcoming them to your store, thanking them for adopting, and reminding them that, hey, check your inbox, you're going to have some bounce back coupons coming. The big one, so actually let's start here. This one right here will help you pull customers back that may have been gone for a minute, or welcome customers that have recently been added to your system. So let's say these customers haven't been by in about 90 days. You can create a special My Promotion just for them and send that to them and say, hey, we miss you, come back, for $5 off your next purchase. This one right here, you can say, thank you so much for coming by and signing up for our loyalty program. We're so happy to have you. And, you can either send them a reward or just a nicety. That's that. This one is the big one. This is the one that I recommend that everybody make on their Marketing Suite recipient list. So we're always often shocked at how many customers don't actually realize that they've earned something that they can redeem. So what I typically do, so when I managed my pet store, I was there for about 3.5 years. I typically find like certain customers that are, purchasing things like kibble or whatnot, they're typically in the store maybe once or twice a month. Raw food customers were in, once a week or more, and then just kind of varied in between. So typically what I do is I'll make one for either 30 or more days old or 45 or more days old and create that. And then email those or send out a communication to those customers and say, hey, you have a free thing waiting for you. Come by and get that. So that one's awesome to have. If you have a points program, you can do the same thing for points. This will show all of the points rewards that you currently have running going on. So this can be anybody that is eligible for $10 off their next purchase. You can send a campaign to. You can also communicate with people that have greater than or extra, certain amount of points. For our multi-location accounts, if you have more than one store on Astro and you want to speak to customers, let's say that shop at 2 or more locations, you can use this and you can add those stores there. And now you're only speaking to the customers that shop at these specific locations and you're not speaking to those who you've omitted. So that's that one. Up here, let's say you're trying to get everybody on the mobile app. You can use this guy right there. You can say, I want to see the customers that have downloaded the app and agreed to push notifications. And mind you, the act of them downloading it is them agreeing to push notifications. And then you can also use this one, has not downloaded or logged into the mobile app. So this is a popular one for when you're getting started or even ongoing, to send out periodic emails like this saying, hey, you have an email address on your pet owner account. That means that you can use our mobile app. Here's the link to download. And there is a template that's already existing in our template library that will help you do exactly that. And and then we have these, opted in for text messaging, all that stuff. Here's where your custom tag filters will show up. So if you want to talk to your grooming customers that you've tagged, you can create a list that way. And you can also create lists based on pet type. This is based on the pet information that has been added to their account. So you can do age, you can do birthday, either this month or next. So so that's a very, very powerful tool. And once the list is generated, it is refreshable. So you can, refresh that, let that cycle. It will tell you the previous customer count, and then it will show you the current customer count once it's finished refreshing. You can also view lists. So you can go here, you can say, you can check the certain attributes that you want to see, and then click view and you'll be able to see the actual list. It looks like that was an empty one. Here, let's do this one. So you can go ahead and view that whole list, or you can actually export it too. So the cool thing about Astro is we don't hold your information hostage. So if you're using another marketing piece of software and just purely want a way to create a recipient list using your customer's information in Astro, you can do that. We're not going to hold you. Sorry, we're not going to force you to pay fees to pull anything out. So all right. So that's recipient lists. And then let's go into templates. So we did kind of talk about a couple of the templates that exist in here already, but we'll just go through the design of the library itself. So when you're actually creating a campaign in Astro, you can either do the whole thing all at once, starting a campaign. So you would start in campaigns, give your campaign a title, choose your recipient list, choose your template, and then send your campaign. Or you can go ahead and, have your marketing team, is your guy that really wants to do this stuff, just sit down and just make a bunch of templates, and then those can be added to campaigns in the future. So that's typically what I do is I'll make them. So let's start. Up at the very top, we have my templates. So anything that says my in the marketing suite is yours. So if you have more than one store on Astro, each admin has their own my template, or I should say each store has their own my template library. And you are actually able to share templates. So like if you created a template on your HQ account, which is going to be your primary Astro account that all of your other stores are attached to, you can go to any My Template and you can click where it says Share Template, and you can check the location you want to share that template with. And then once it's shared, it's going to show up in their template library under My Templates and above Featured. It'll say Templates Shared by, in my case, it would say Midtown Pet Supply. And then the admin at that store can then edit that template and attach it to their own campaign and send it to their own customers. So that's one option if you want your individual stores handling their own campaigns, or as an admin on the primary account, you can handle all of your campaigns from that centralized source and using recipient lists and all that. So So yeah, so below here, so we have featured, holiday, layouts, pet adoption, and newsletter. So most of these are going to be evergreen style templates that you can use anytime, with the exception of holiday. So holiday, holiday, you're going to be able to find templates that relate to pet holidays that are going on in your particular month. So most of the ones you're going to see in here right now pertain to September, and you're going to start seeing October coming in today, tomorrow. So we'll have a full guide up for October very, very soon. So any one of these holidays, you can go ahead and, so let's see, tomorrow, oh, actually today, well, let's see, tomorrow we have Remember Me Thursday. So you can click on any template from the Astro template library. You can peruse, kind of give a look-see as to what is contained within it. And if you like it, you can select Import into My Templates. That will save it as a copy, which you can then edit accordingly. So you can change things like images, you can add offers. This button right here will automatically send the viewer to your My Astro webpage, aka your flyer page. And yeah, and you can change the images to anything that you like. So, and another thing too, and this is, I use Canva a lot for like the images and everything that I make for the Astro Media Library and the template library. So what I decided to do for those that really, really want to be like super customizing of everything is I included a URL that you can grab from any holiday template, and it'll be on only the holiday templates. So you can grab this guy, and what it will do is it'll give you a pretty substantial template piece where it'll include all of the holiday images that I made for that month. So you can click use. This is free too. If you guys are not familiar with Canva, Canva does have a free subscription that you can set up. And yeah, you can edit anything. So you can, change, you can change any image that you want just by, pulling things over and dropping it in there like that. So yeah, and you can add your logos and do all that. And once you have these images customized in any way that you want, you can then download them as, a PNG and then upload them back into the image library under My Media, which I can show you in a second. And all of the images that you see in that Canva thing do already exist in the Astro image library. So purely this little link right here is just bonus material and bonus content if you want it. Like I said, if you want to get super customizing. So yeah, if we import this in, it'll automatically give it a title of copy of. You'll have access to all of the, editable content over here. To change a picture, you're just going to click on the picture itself. That'll give you access to the subsections of the image library. So Astro Media is going to be everything that we load in. So you can go, let's say, lifestyle, and you can search for something like, okay, maybe holiday images, and you'll see everything in there. So there's a bunch of subsections within Astro Media that'll help you out, like adoption, things like that. And then under brand media is going to be everything that our brands contribute to the library. So they're going to be uploading their own brand imagery, program imagery, social media images, and so forth. And then My Media is going to be where you actually upload your own images and content. So like if you did use that Canva template and you tweak the images that I've already made, this is where you would upload that image. You can go here and say upload image. You can give it a title, you can automatically favorite it, and you can assign it whatever filter you want, including multiple ones. You can say, okay, this is a dog grooming picture. And yeah, and then save that image, it'll add it into your library. And then the cool thing is you can actually use the filters that you've generated. You basically stack those and you can add and search for images that way. So yeah, that is how to edit the images there. And here's your logo that's automatically added. This flyer button, if you do a right click on that, it'll give you a preview of what they would see. This page is undergoing a makeover. So very soon you're going to see a page that looks very similar to the one that we've recently announced in our newsletter yesterday. And it's going to include a pet owner login. So this is going to be, customers can use that. They can enter their email address and log into this page just like they would the mobile app, and they can see their frequent buyer cards and points and edit their pet's information and so forth. Yeah, and then the other one, so anything under promo offer element, these are going to be related to your My Promotions and your offers. So if we double click one of these guys, it's going to automatically pop it at the very bottom of the template. And then from these drop downs, I can select the offers that my store is currently enrolled in. And these offers don't necessarily have to be live. They can be things that aren't going to happen until the following month. So it's pretty cool. You can actually give your customers like this one doesn't start until October. So you can give your customers a heads up and say, hey, these are the offers that we have coming up in October. Get ready for some serious saving, y'all. Yeah, and then if they click for more details, it'll take them to the subsection of your My Astro webpage pertaining to that particular offer. So, yeah, you can send yourself a preview, see what it looks like before adding it to a campaign. Once you're happy with it, you can go ahead, save and finished, and it will automatically add it to the very beginning of my templates. So my templates will be in order from the most recently edited to the least recently edited. So you can always find things very quickly. All right, so let's take a little dip into the image libraries. This is the image library that we're able to access from multiple sections of the marketing suite. Like we just were able to access it from templates. This is us accessing it if we want to use Astro Social. So with Astro Social enabled, you do that under marketing settings. You'll see your Facebook and Instagram icons above all of the images that are shareable. If the image is of a higher resolution, minimum 800 by 800 pixels, you'll see an optimized for social media icon above it. The heart icon is a favorite. If you favorite something, it'll save it and it'll appear up at the very top of the page when you're under a particular section. And then the offer imagery, which is the default that we're under right now, brand media, program media offers. The star, if it's gold, you're enrolled. If it's white, you're not. So if you see something that you're like, oh, wait a minute, like, how did I miss this particular offer? This looks really cool. From the actual image library, you can click a button and go ahead and enroll your stores in that offer, and then go right back to the image library where you started. Up at the top here, we do have a media kit that you can access. This is going to be, there's a button here to download the full kit. And then what's inside is going to be super high resolution images that you can send off to a professional printer, or you can print yourself. So they're going to be poster size, flyer size, shelf talker size. This one is actually a counter mat that you can get printed. And all of them include QR codes to connect to your mobile app. Yeah, and then the rest we already kind of went through, Astro Media, My Media, and so forth. So yeah, any image, if you do want to share something, you can just go and let's go back to brand. If you want to share an image, you're just clicking on that social icon. You're typing in your caption here. It can include @, it can include hashtags. The only thing that Astro Social will not do is like when you start typing in an @ like it's not going to like help you find it. So you would still need to kind of take a peek over in that social page to find the appropriate @ symbol. But hashtags, you can go nuts with those in here. All right. And then campaigns. So campaigns is broken up into two main sections. We have our multimedia campaigns. These are our templated campaigns, using the template library. And you can actually send a single campaign via email, SMS, app notification, and Facebook all at once. So you don't have to do different ones for each. And then the simple ones, these are going to be either image only or text only communications. So to do a template campaign, you're just going to click on that. You can go to where it says new. You give it, a title, whatever you like. You can click that little guy right there. It'll clone the title to the email subject. You can check all the different delivery options that you want. Your text subject your subject will be cloned accordingly. You can choose to send your campaign to either everybody, or you can choose one of your pre-made recipient lists down here. So if you choose a list, like this one hasn't been refreshed since 5/28, if your list hasn't been refreshed, there'll be a red button to refresh. If it's been refreshed today, it won't be red. And then if you're a multi-store, you can even filter this further. You can say, I just want to talk to my customers lost from Midtown Pet Supply only, and it'll adjust accordingly. Template selection. Click that. It's going to pop us right into our template library. From here, we can either choose a template that we've already created previously, and we would just click on that template and say, choose this one, or we can scroll down and we can find a template from the Astro section, and we'd click on it, and we would say, choose this template. It'll take us into the image or the template editor like we were before. And then when you save, it'll take it over to, it'll take you back into the campaign. Yeah, and this is the actual template that the mobile app one. If you want to hit your customers up and say, hey, I got a mobile app, this is the template for that. So let's just pick this one. We're going to say choose this template. There it is. It's popped it into our campaign. At this point, over here, so any sort of action items are going to be on the left-hand side. The right is going to be a preview. So if we want to go back in and edit this template, we can select edit selected template. If we want to go back to the library, select something else, we can select different. We can go here and we can click on the footer. We can edit the footer if we need to. And then we can send ourselves a full preview if we want. And yeah, you can preview the footer down at the bottom. And at this point, you can either save it as a draft, or you can actually save it and send it. So saving queue for sending is your send. Depending on whether or not your customers have verified their email address will basically depend on how long it takes to send your campaign. So if they verified, their email or so forth will be delivered on a high-speed server. If they haven't verified, we send it out on a private server so you won't get flagged for spam. And yeah, if you just want to save it and kind of let it sit for a minute before you go back and send it, if you want to have somebody look at it to make sure that it's good before sending, you can save it as a draft. Now, anything that is sitting as a draft, it will say that it is a draft. It'll also state when it was created. Anything that has actually been sent will include the sent date, and there will be a share to Facebook button at the bottom. So if you didn't already select share to Facebook when you're creating the first page, you can still share something after the fact. So on these, you can pick the image that you want to be the main image in your post, give it a title, and then save and hit share. After it is sent, it'll start to collect impressions, including delivered, undelivered, viewed, unsubscribed. All of these are clickable. So if you click on that, you can see, okay, look, these people actually did view this campaign that I sent. Pretty cool. And then if somebody actually came in, if you included specific offers in elements in that campaign, and somebody on this list came in and redeemed it, you'll see them listed under redeemed. And you'll also see if somebody unsubscribed. So yeah, very, very robust. And oopsies. And then to conclude, I'm going to show you guys an extra bonus thing that you get with the Marketing Suite. So only Marketing Suite users have access to my promotions. So what my promotions are is a way for you to create an in-store promotion that will show up in a couple places. So when you create this, it's limited limited availability too. So let's go in, we'll start new promotion. So you can choose a start date. So let's say you want to do something for like, October 1st through maybe October 10th. You want to do like a special promotion, you can go ahead, you can give it a title, free bully stick, something like that. Give it a description. So you're basically describing to your customers what's going to happen with this promotion, anything they have to do to qualify for it, all that. You can click this button, choose image from library. It'll take you into our Astro Media library under the My Promotion section. And you can go ahead, pick an image to be representative. We do recommend an 800 by 800, so you can actually make your own and upload it here, or you can also, go here and upload it to My Media and attach it from My Media as well. So yeah, once this guy is set up, so we'll cancel him real quick, but once this is set up, let's see, we have, all of these are expired right now, so let me edit this one and make it so that it's current. So when you have an active and current campaign that has not yet expired, start date, end date, or current, you will be able to send a quick campaign. So it'll automatically add this promotion to a templated, to a template that you can then send via campaigns to either specific customers or everybody. It'll also show up on the My Astro webpage along with your monthly promotion. So it'll be up at the very top of the list. So that's at My Promotion there. If they click on details, it'll take them to the written details of the offer. And excuse formatting on here. Like I said, we are updating this page. So I believe they're in it right now working on it. So, but yeah, you'll be able to see whatever you write under description will be there. And yeah, and then once people start to come in and redeem it, it'll start showing up under redemptions. You'll see the customer name, location, and when they redeemed it. And then over here, there is a barcode. So each one of these will generate a specific barcode that pertains to the promotion. So the way that you actually redeem this in Astro is you would look up the pet owner. You would either scan the barcode off of their mobile device, or you can actually print them and keep it by the register if you want to do it that way as well. Or you can actually type in the code P0001112 will work as well. And it'll show up and it'll say redeem, and you can redeem it there. And then of course you would still have to apply the discount to the sale. So this is purely a marketing tool just to kind of get the word out about specific things that are going on at your store. People have used them for anything from, specials on their dog wash, grooming events, even adoption events. I've seen people use these for. So very, very cool. Yeah, and you can turn them on in an instant. And then the final part is Astro Offers. So these are going to show you all of the offers that you're currently enrolled in. And we did add some fancy new color codes so you can kind of see at a glance what's going on. We're all visual people, I assume here. So each one of these has a little link that says Quick Campaign. If you click that, it'll automatically set up a quick campaign. You'll have a way to do your recipient list. You can do a custom one, or you can just do all. And then when we go to template, it'll automatically have the template created that is just specific to that offer itself. And you actually are able to go edit selected template, and you can do things like, add additional images and so forth to your actual thing. So you can go, you can actually, any of these you can turn into clickable links, which is pretty cool. And I do have a deep dive on template design if you guys want to go into something like that. That's totally cool. So yeah, you can do add additional images. You can even add additional, you can even add your flyer link too, which is pretty cool. So if they want to see more of your offers, you can do that. So yeah, that's a quick campaign. You can literally get these sent out super fast. And this is purely if you just want to inform your customers about one particular offer. So yeah, that is the quickest rundown I could possibly do of the entirety of the marketing suite and everything that it has to offer. If you ever need help pertaining to the suite, there is a tutorial section that you can go into, and it'll take you to the overview article that will include all of our videos and so forth. And yeah, a complete rundown. And then from here, you can go and you can access the additional corresponding articles pertaining to each section. So yeah, lots of help there. All right. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing for a second. And then if you guys have any questions, you're welcome to ask them now. I can show you specific things if you're curious, or let me know what you are hoping to accomplish. And yeah, I can help you out as much as I can. Oh, and I do need to share one thing with you while you think about your questions. 1 second. Let me mute this too, because this is going to get annoying. Okay, so this link right here, I'm about to put into the chat. You can use that link to schedule a one-on-one call with me anytime that suits you. We can go into your actual marketing suite and get things stood up in there if you need that help, or if you have a hypothetical, or I shouldn't say hypothetical. You have a dream in mind that you want to discuss, a vision. Yeah, I can sit down with you and we can go over that. So yeah. All right, awesome. Well, if there's no questions, I will release you all back into Wednesday. And my next webinar for the marketing suite, so I am going to be out of town for, about 2 weeks. So beginning of, where are we? September? Oh my goodness. Beginning of October, I'm going to be out of pocket, out of the country actually. But upon my return on October 13th, I'm going to be doing a deep dive webinar on sharing the love, how to market sharing the love, how to socially do all the cool stuff pertaining to sharing love, which is our adoption programs. That's how you support adoption in your community. It's essentially a matchmaking system. So pets are adopted and they can be referred to your store to redeem adoption bundles of healthy foods, treats, and so forth. And I've made a lot of materials to help you assist those customers that come into your store for the first time, and hopefully keep them as lifelong customers. So that's October 13th. And then let's see, what else do I got going on? And then October 20th, I'm going to be doing a deep dive into my promotions. Those are the limited time promotions that you can make using the marketing suite. October 27th, I'm going to go into Astro Social. We're going to do a deep dive into what should I be sharing socially. And then November 17th, we're going to be doing a Black Friday pep rally, because why not? So yeah, we're going to have one of our people is going to be dressed up as a unicorn. So that, if you just come for that, please, it's going to be amazing. So yeah. All right. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for coming, and hopefully we'll see you again. Take care.